To my right, I have Sunil Alagh, Chairman of SK Advisors. He has strong opinions on this case. We made it a big panel tonight so that everybody can have their point of view and fair share of points of view. We can have a straightforward argument on this subject. To my left, I have the well-known lawyer Mrunalini Deshmukh. She was on our program yesterday, but the politicians bullied her most of the time. Tonight, Mrunalini can explain herself and her point of view in detail. Though I felt yesterday that she was arguing legally in a manner that can be construed by some people as being slightly sympathetic to the accused in this case. She can correct me if I'm wrong. Completely wrong. She said Hemant Morparia, well-known cartoonist, the person whose one cartoon exposed the hypocrisy in society, especially that of PLU, people like us, upset at the fact that Tejpal was targeted, coming out in his support. To his left, we have the lawyer and spokesperson of the Shiv Sena, Rahul Narvekar, outside in the studio joining the panel this evening. We have Lalitha, Kumaramangalam, member of the National Executive and spokesperson of the BJP. Shobha Oza, president of the All India Mahila Congress, represents the Congress party tonight. Dalip Tahil is back with us on the debate. He made a fairly spirited attempt to defend Tejpal, but I wonder whether, like all other Tejpal apologists who are thinning away and vanishing away, he too is changing his position as more facts come to light. And Rahul Singh as well, who has been trying to put this political conspiracy argument and the sympathy for Tehelka as an institution argument to support his friend Tejpal. So I'd like to begin with you, Dalip Tahil. Have you changed your position since then? And have you seen the latest statement of the victim where she says quite clearly that what Tejpal did to me falls within the legal definition of rape?
Are you asking me?
Yes. Yes, I'm asking you right on top. Yes.
Yeah, but well. At the outset, let me just correct you, if I may. I didn't say that I was supporting.
1 minute. One second. Dalip Tahil, I am being asked to interrupt you there. These are pictures of Tejpal leaving the crime branch in Goa. Let's see if you're getting audio on this. We're not getting audio, not speaking at all. Joining us on the phone line is our correspondent Kashif Khusro. Kashif.
Yes, Arnab, after 2 hours of interrogation here at the Donapola Crime Branch post, Tejpal, his wife, his brother and his lawyer left the premises just about 2 minutes ago in their cars. They had a convoy, about 4 cars which they left. They were moving towards a 5-star hotel in Panjim, as we have been told by their defense team. And it was a 2-hour interrogation, details of which will be out soon. As of now, only sketchy details that he was basically questioned about the intervening night of 7th and 8th December. Not much details coming out of what really he told the police, but 2 hours of grilling by the crime branch. In fact, when he came here at about 6:30 or so, in 15 minutes, the main investigating officer of the case, Sunita Sawant, also came in over here, and 2 hours of questioning, and then about, 2 minutes ago he left this crime branch office of Goa Police.
Well, thank you very much for that. We stay with those pictures. Yes, Dalip Tahil, have you changed your positions after knowing that the victim herself has said that the law is very clear, what Tejpal did to me falls within the legal definition of rape?
Absolutely. I mean, I've maintained it all along that as soon as the evidence emerges, I mean, the law should take its course, and I completely stand by that position. All I said last time was that, you know, the charges haven't even been filed as yet. In fact, they were only filed on 27th.
No, certainly not. You're shifting your position. You're shifting your position. I can clearly see. Sunil Alagh, do you think that's a shifting of position? Yeah, you heard him a few days back.
Shifting
yourself. One sec, Sunil Alagh.
No, you know, as far as I'm concerned, this line which you've been also saying, let the law take its own course. I mean, everybody is taking it to an intercourse level. So this law taking its own course should be stopped.
No, I think you take that back right there.
But I mean,
you take that back.
I'll take it back.
I'll take it back. Take it back.
I'll take it back.
So it's a bad word expression. I take it back. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes.
But it's indefensible, and if Dalip defended it earlier, when all the things were there on paper as well as in writing, then I think there was absolutely no case for him to be defended.
And besides which, let's go to Rahul Singh. Thank you for taking that back right there. Rahul Singh.
But I mean, Arnab, are you grilling me on this? I mean, you know, I never said anything of the sort. I clearly said...
Oh, yes, you did. Oh, yes, you did. I very clearly remember that, Dalip Tahil, and all Newshour viewers remember what you said 3 or 4 days back. I mean, I saw you all wound up and angry and upset. Because you know what, Dalip Tahil, you did not think that the victim will put up the kind of spirited fight that she has. She has now said very clearly, this is a fight.
No, not at all.
This is a fight between. This is a fight between somebody who is wealthy and powerful and somebody who is not. Rahul Narvekar, what do you think?
Well, at the outset,
now that
I'm
the
amazed.
complaint is there. I mean, I have no vested interest in this.
No, now you're backing off because you realize
I mean, you
are on thin ice from the start. Rahul Narvekar.
Well, at the outset, I'm amazed at the way Mr. Tejpal walks into the CID headquarters at Goa and then walks out after 2 hours.
Why do you say so? Why do you say so?
It's pretty obvious that there are extra elements working on this case. For the simple reason, if it was anyone who wasn't as powerful, he wouldn't have got the chance to step out of that CID office. If there is prima facie evidence against him.
Are you suggesting arrest, Rahul?
Absolutely.
Are you trying to say
Rahul, she disagrees with you. Let her have a say.
I'm not disagreeing with him. I'm saying that they are still in the process of grilling him, interrogating him, and whatever is required to be done. Please let them do what they are doing. Why are we judging? Why are we putting the cart before the horse? Is all that I'm trying to say.
The point is very simple.
That's all that I'm saying.
Ms. Deshmukh knows it better than me. In how many such cases does the offender or does the accused get to leave after there's a serious FIR lodged against him? How often does this happen? She knows it better than me.
I agree with you, Rahul, to that state, but please understand that they are following a certain process. Please let them do. Don't hound them. Let them do their work independently.
What is hounding?
No, just trying to put so much of pressure on them.
What pressure?
The problem here is that the process is taking so long.
One second. That's Lalitha Kumaramangalam from Chennai. Yes, Ms. Kumaramangalam.
Arnab, please, may I say this?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. The problem is that this whole process that we are tom-tomming so much is taking so long. I agree that the process should be followed. But it's true that had it been anybody with less influence, etc., he would have been in jail by now, and so much, so much hype around his so-called innocence or his human rights or whatever it is would never have been even advocated or talked about on television. Today, those who have supported him earlier don't have a choice. So they said, no, the due process should be followed. Tarun Tejpal has committed rape. He has to be punished, regardless of what his position in society is, etc. In fact, because of his position of society, it's far more heinous, the crime that he's committed. The entire journalistic, as far as I know, my daughter is a journalist. She says that it's like a slap on our face to have somebody like Tarun Tejpal do this to a junior colleague.
Oh, yeah.
So why are we making excuses for him? He has to be punished.
Who's we?
And
who's we? The people.
Everything else
who's
is
we?
secondary.
Lalita Kumaramangalam will count us out.
We are covering up his crime.
Count us out.
What's happening is we are covering up his crime and you know.
No, one sec. Shobha Oza raised her hand out. I don't know who you're referring to as we. Please count us out. No, none of us in the media are supporting Tarun Tejpal. And there may be some political parties who have not done enough, including the Congress party, which seems to have to be forced and cajoled to issue statements on this whole issue. But don't include the media when you say we. Don't include the media when you say we. Shobha Oza. Yes, Shobha.
Yeah. Arnab, let me make it very clear that Congress has not been shielding Mr. Tarun Tejpal at the first place. Second, I would like to please request all the citizens of this country to salute this young journalist and stand by her. And let's not give Tarun an excuse of any support from any political party or conspiracy of any political party. If, like what happened yesterday, what Mr. Vijay Jolly did support Mr. Tarun Tejpal in accusing that conspiracy is taking place against him by a political party. Now, Mr. Tarun Tejpal's deeds will speak, and for his deeds, for the...
No, why are you counting up? I'm surprised, Shobha Oza. I'm surprised that you're measuring your words.
Yeah.
I think milliliters. No, 1 second. Why don't you speak openly? Why are you being so careful and cagey?
I'm speaking openly.
No, you are not.
I'm not being careful. Listen, I was the most vocal. I am the most vocal.
There is no question of political conspiracy
I'm not supporting. That's what I'm saying. Just because some goons of BJP are going and doing something against Shobha Chaudhary helps Mr.
So we've dealt with him. Why are you raising? No, we've dealt with him yesterday. No, we've dealt with him yesterday.
Why
now,
are you
listen, Mr. Jolly.
You need to realize the silence of the few which is more dangerous than the violence of many.
Why are you politicizing the issue?
No, one second. Now, let me bring the House into some order. Let me bring. Now, one second. Shobha Oza, Lalitha, Kumaramangalam. Let me bring the House into some order. I challenge tonight.
Look, the BJP
I challenge tonight. Mr. Rahul Singh.
Protest is totally wrong.
No, I'm challenging Mr. Rahul Singh. 1 second. Mr. Rahul Singh, who has used every opportunity.
It's a political conspiracy.
Every opportunity in the last 1 week that has been available to him, Mr. Rahul Singh has used to wail and cry about how this will affect Tehelka and affect its institutional credibility. We should not do anything which demeans the institution. Tonight, Mr. Rahul Singh, I have just one question for you.
Yes.
Do you think the fact that Tarun Tejpal's legal team reportedly named the victim in court and had to be rebuked by a judge was a mistake? Do you think it was a mistake? Are these novices? Are these lawyers novices? Do they not know the impact? Absolutely. When you go into a courtroom packed by the media and you disclose the rape victim's identity and then you say, I was unaware of the law which forbids the disclosure of the identity, I'd say, Mr. Rahul Singh, it is an insidious ploy to malign the victim by naming her publicly. Don't you think so as well?
Can I make 2 points?
No, answer my question.
That, yes, I'm answering your question. You are behaving like the judge and the policeman combined.
Oh,
you are convicting the man already.
Oh, please.
Yes, you are. You're convicting. Also, Mr. Narvekar, who happens to be my neighbor in Bombay, is also doing the same thing. You are convicting the man before the court has had a chance to do it. I'm not defending him as such, but all I'm saying is why humanize him and then convict him in this
No one out here wants to sit in judgment. I absolutely appreciate what you're saying. No one wants to sit in judgment. But why is a special treatment being handed out? If someone else was facing the same charges and with the kind of evidence on record, he would have straight been behind bars. There's no question.
Can I just step in for 1 second? Rahul, you said the last time. No, 1 second. Rahul, can I just... you had mentioned the Fanish... You had said Fanish Murthy case.
After Mr. Alagh, I will come to you, Ms. Kumaramangalam.
Just a minute. Rahul, you had defended it saying, look at Fanish Murthy. He was the same sexual assault in Infosys. Then he came to iGate. But look at the way Infosys responded. The moment he was out. That's why Infosys is there. The Tehelka is supported. Shobha Chaudhary has supported. They have supported. That is why they've damaged Tehelka.
Oh, yes.
The whole lot has supported. Infosys behaved like a proper organization. Tehelka has not. So don't give the same example, please.
Absolutely.
That's the point I wanted to make.
No, because...
No, he was out the very next morning, gone, not 3 months, not 6 months. He was asked to leave.
No,
finished.
The problem is this institution.
Because they had mechanisms in place.
So what?
No mechanism. My God.
Mrunalini is responding to that.
Excuse me, sir. This is a mandatory requirement that every organization, big or small, should have. Mandatory that they should have a committee which is there. The Vishakha guidelines have been made out in which they have given how the committee has to be constituted, by what kind of people. Even the Sexual Harassment Act of 2013, which is there, also talks about it. So one cannot claim that one did not know about it or that they are naive about it, because that ignorance of law is not permissible. Please.
No, I don't know why. I'm really shocked today that even today when Dalip Tahil has realized perhaps the folly of his initial observations and backtracked on what he had said earlier, that you, however, Mr. Rahul Singh, continue to remain resolute in your support for Tarun Tejpal and perhaps Shobha Chaudhary there. You have absolutely no sympathy tonight or feeling, Mr. Rahul Singh, for the victim. The victim has gone and said today that what was done to me is rape. You people like you, Mr. Rahul Singh, and you, Mr. Dalip Tahil, have accused the media of a witch hunt. The girl, Dalip Tahil, has now directly accused Tarun Tejpal of rape. She has testified in front of the police. She has testified in front of a magistrate. She has accompanied the police to the alleged crime scene. I want you, both of you especially, to take back this whole argument about a media trial.
That is precisely...
Take it back.
Arnab, that is precisely my point, that the complaints were filed on the 27th of November, before which, I mean, the media had already, had already finished him off, is what I said. Let the complaints come in, let the charge sheet be done, and let the courts look at it, and then he should be punished.
What do you mean finish? What do you mean finish? If not for the media, there were people like you and people especially like Rahul Singh who are going ahead with this whole political conspiracy theory. You heard what the judge said today, Rahul?
I never
Mr.
said
Narvekar.
I never said anything about a political conspiracy, Arnab.
No. The judge said, I am concerned with the crime, not the political remarks that were made thereafter. And he rightly went on and said, Rahul Narvekar can comment on it. He said, did the young girl make the political remarks?
Today.
And if we are trying to suggest that the jury gets influenced by media reports, then I think we are making a mockery out of the judicial system prevalent in this country. Let's not stoop to those levels. It's the duty of the media to report, which they've rightly done. If they think that the investigation is not going on in the manner in which it should be, they are rightly reporting that. What's unfair in that? I mean, if you commit a crime or if you're an accused and if the media reports about it, I don't think anyone should have any grievance with that.
Rahul, the only thing here is that yes, what you're saying is 100% correct, but please let the law take its own course. Let them finish their thing.
And can you tell me, by media reporting, how is it creating an hindrance in the law taking its own course?
No.
How is that an hindrance?
How is it a hindrance?
It's not a hindrance. I'm not saying it's a hindrance. I'm saying we are prejudging the issue. We may be exactly correct after the investigation that he is guilty of rape, sexual assault, everything. So today, by saying this, do not put the cart before the horse.
But who's saying he's guilty? I don't think anyone out here is saying he's guilty.
Of course, they want to lynch him.
Everyone here is saying that there has to be a fair trial.
Not physically. I mean, I don't mean physically.
I don't think anyone on this panel or anyone in the media has come out and sat in judgment and said XYZ is guilty or not. What they are saying is he has committed this act. Now, whether or not it falls within the definition of rape is for the judiciary to decide. Absolutely. Now, all we expect is that the investigating agencies act fairly. And what would have been fair is arresting Tejpal today itself. If there was anyone else in his place who had committed such an offense or was accused of such an offense, would have been behind the bars by now. Why is this special treatment being handed out to Mr. Tarun Tejpal?
I think there is a deliberate attempt out here and to try and at least give a clear impression that the entire process has been gone through so that Mr. Tarun Tejpal and his apologists do not get any further room to crib.
Correct.
Over the next few days, that they were not given enough of an opportunity because Tarun Tejpal continues to crib Lalitha Kumaramangalam.
Arnab, can I please
he continues to crib.
If law was there Arnab, to make...
Can I please come in?
Lalitha Kumaramangalam wants to come in on that.
Yeah, the fact is that Mr. Tejpal has committed a crime. You may tell me that I'm being politically incorrect and I shouldn't stand in judgment of him. But what upsets me tonight is that why is there so much sympathy for Mr. Tejpal and why is there almost no sympathy being showed for the victim? She has shown exemplary courage and there's no point in saying this is BJP versus Congress. It isn't and it shouldn't be. This is about the continuing abuse of women in India and people in power, positions of power who misuse their power to abuse women and try and get away with it by making any excuse they can find.
When Mr.
Tejpal is going to be punished, he's trying to find any route he can not to be punished. That's it.
I object to the word sympathy. The victim requires justice, a fair trial, fair play. Is that what it is? We do not. No woman requires any sympathy of any kind.
I'm sorry.
So there is no question of sympathy.
No, she does require sympathy. I'm sorry if you think I'm being politically incorrect.
Justice.
But a girl who's been through what she has, she requires justice, yes. But sympathy is also a part of the justice that she should get.
Yes, Shobha. Yes, Shobha. Yes, Shobha.
Yeah. I feel it's high time that we really stop debating about such things and let's stand by the girl and all such victims, encourage them to come in the public domain with the atrocities which have happened against them, whether it be a strong man, a man of high stature.
Absolutely, I agree with her on this. The larger issue is the abuse that continues against women in the workplace in this country.
Oh Lord, it is really difficult to shout like this. I applaud the media for bringing the entire case in the public domain. If media doesn't does its duty, who is going to bring all such things in the public domain?
Thank you for your compliment. Now take my question. 1 second. Thank you for your compliment. I accept it with humility. Now take my question. My question to you is, Shobha Oza, will you tonight apologize? Will you apologize for the manner in which you made it political? Will you apologize for the manner in which you made it political? Allow me to complete. Don't interrupt me when I'm asking the question. No, 1 second. Miss Oza, allow me. You see, you tried to directly link the snooping scandal and you linked it to this incident. Now, I think Miss Shobha Oza, I am not being unfair when I say that your attempt to draw... No, Miss Oza, you directly linked... No, you directly linked this incident to the snooping scandal I'll take 10 more seconds. Just as I criticized Dalip Tahil and Rahul Singh, for shouting on behalf of Mr. Tarun Tejpal, I would criticize you as well for politicizing it.
Please. No, Arnab, please let me reply on that. Please give me 2 seconds to reply.
Yeah, but you did it
without interruption. Yeah, we did it, and I stand by it.
You stand by it?
I did it because I stand by it.
No, that was you.
I felt.
Please
allow me to speak without interruption.
I thought you'll take back what you had said, but you say I'm going to repeat it. I'm going to stand by it.
Please. I'm going to stand by it because I want to discuss all the atrocities which are going against women in this country. Whether it be snooping, whether it be sexual harassment, made by
responses.
Asaram or a judge.
If it was such a worse, 2 responses. 3 responses are coming to you, Shobha Oza. Shobha Oza, what's it? 3 responses. 3 responses. 1 minute. 1 minute. But before that, I ask you, Shobha Oza, 1 minute. 3 people are responding. 3 people. They will respond to you. The people are in this order. First, Sunil Alagh.
Arnab, please let me complete my statement.
Ms. Alagh, but you have said something. They want to respond to you.
My statement.
Okay, complete your statement.
Please let me complete first. See, for women atrocities, I have always said that Congress, we have zero tolerance. Whether it be anyone.
No. I don't want that preamble. Let me moderate this. Shobha Oza, 1 minute. Shobha Oza, I do not want a preamble. I do not want a long statement there to cover up for what you just said. I gave you an opportunity on the Newshour tonight to say that you regret what you said, the attempt to make it political. You said far from regretting. I stand by it. Now there are 3 people responding to you. The first is Sunil Alagh. Sunil Alagh.
A young architect girl is a victim of snooping.
Sunil Alagh, please.
Miss Oza, can you just listen? How can you equate murder and rape with something which is a different element altogether? You are now putting 1 second. Can I just finish? If you are talking about atrocities of women, we are all with you on that. But you cannot. Then you are diluting a rape. You are diluting murder.
Okay, 1 second. Now you made your point, Rahul Narvekar.
You cannot do this.
Rahul Narvekar.
I'm talking.
Rahul Narvekar next.
Miss Oza, while you grandstand here, acting as though you're the custodian of all women's rights, let me remind you, and while you stand for your party, let me remind you 10 episodes where your party has absolutely tolerated heinous crimes against women. I don't want to repeat what happened in the Raj Bhavan in Andhra Pradesh. I don't want to repeat what happened there. I don't want to repeat what one of your senior Congress leaders did with women in Raj Bhavan. So let's not get there. I don't want to politicize this. But what I want to tell you is what sauce is good for the goose is good for the gander.
Okay, 1 minute. She's responding now. 1 second. Stop.
Please, we have punished them. We have punished them for what they did. We never tolerated
we know the strictness in which you punish them. We can have a nice debate over that.
Lalitha, Kumaramangalam, now to Shobha Oza. One at a time, I request you, everyone. I say this to everyone. one at a time. As I moderate this, one person speaks at a time. That person now is Lalitha Kumaramangalam. Yeah.
Was any action taken?
Thank you, Arnab. The fact is that this is a case of rape. This lady, this girl has had the courage to come out in public and say that she's been raped by a man whom she trusted, her senior. I don't see, as Mr. Alagh said, there is no comparison between what has happened to this girl and what is alleged by the Congress in Gujarat. And unfortunately, you are weakening the entire case by bringing politics into it. My request is, can we please leave this BJP, Congress, any other party out of it and look at this issue. It's the issue that's important. We're talking about violence against women. We're not comparing what is more violent or less violent. Violence is violence and it needs to be punished. When you bring politics into it, you're weakening the case of the victim.
We are not bringing.
And I think we need to stick to the fact that this girl needs justice. And we are not doing justice to her.
I ask one question tonight, if I may please. If I may please. If I believe, and please give me 10 seconds. I refuse to believe that these political parties who have so many lawyers representing them don't know the law. And I'm personally very surprised that the Congress party does not know what the Goa government and police have done is the right thing. But I have not heard any Congress party person, including Shobha Oza, come out and say that the Goa police is mandated. Allow me to complete, Shobha Oza. I don't want to speak over you. You and your party should come out and say, regardless of your political prejudice or bias or affiliation, that what Manohar Parrikar of the BJP has done is the right thing. The Goa police is totally mandated to register an FIR in cognizable offences like rape as per a number of Supreme Court judgments. The CRPC provides enough teeth for the police to do so. In fact, in a recent case, the Supreme Court said, and I quote, the registration of an FIR is mandatory under section 154 of the code if the information discloses commission of a cognizable offence and no preliminary inquiry is permissible in such a situation. You should come and say today, 1 minute.
Please go back to your records. Please, I can prove. Arnab, please allow me to speak. You have said your statement. Let me, when you have quoted that I have not spoken against it, please let me quote that. Please go back to your records. The ANI has a record. I can send it to you tomorrow morning. What? That we as a party stood. I stood on behalf of my party and applauded the CM of Goa, the police of Goa, time and again, for their action. Please, without seeing records, please don't misquote. I can send the record from ANI
I have seen no press conference to make that point. I have seen no.
Please.
I have seen no press conference. I said to make that point.
I have taken three press conferences.
So
it is very surprising to see Mr. Sibbal go
to you.
But can you explain why is Mr. Sibbal in so much hurry to state that there's going to be no hush-hush with the Gujarat case, but does not prefer to speak a single word on the Goa episode? Can you explain that? Mr. Sibbal goes out and says we are not going to allow anything to go under the wraps in what happened in Gujarat. The truth has to come out. Why doesn't he use the same words for what happened in Goa?
Arnab, the Home Minister of this country, the Home Minister of this country, Mr. Shinde, spoke to Mr. Parrikar the same day and instructed him that please ensure that proper investigation happens and the victim, the entire episode is not brushed under the carpet.
I love that expression.
Pardon me?
Please update your records.
Well, I have your records and I know what you said. I know your attempt to link this to the BJP government in Gujarat over the snooping scandal. I also know, number two, that none of you had a joint press conference on this matter. And number three, both you and the BJP, both sides tried to make it political. Tried to make it completely political. But 1 minute. Let not this political debate take away. Let not this political debate take away from the utter hypocrisy in the response of some people and some groups in their dealing with this matter. With me in the studio is Hemant Morparia. And I think, as I said to Hemant as before we came in, we were sitting outside the studio, I said your cartoon actually, revealed a lot. I picked it up yesterday. This is that cartoon Hemant put out. Hemant, you want to just hold it up and tell our viewers, let's hold it up. This is the cartoon he put out yesterday. It strikes a big chord because It exposes the hypocrisy of some sections in protecting Tejpal when they realize he's a person who is close to their own circuit. Hemant, hold it up. Let's get a close, tight shot to it. Yes, let's zoom in on that. Tell us what this is about.
Yeah, the response which is in the...
Just hold it up firmly.
I think they have a copy.
Yeah. Okay.
The response has, the outrage we see when the rape is committed or an atrocity like this is committed by somebody from another strata, which is an lower strata of society, is far greater. There are hordes in the street, there are, massive protests, etc., which we have seen happen. But this was a kind of, if supposing the hair was in front.
Let's get a tighter shot on that.
Yeah.
Let's get a close-up shot to that. Just describe the cartoon and we'll get the shot.
Well, it's cartoons are generally self-explanatory.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't have to, if I have to describe a cartoon.
Because I'm not getting the shot. Sorry. I take that back. I take that back.
So, well, if you saw the first half before, okay, let's say this, hang the rapist, and when you see who it is, you say, hang on. It's an observation that the intensity of the response is whether people like us are victims or people like us are perpetrators. So there will be that is.
And what do you think? I mean, since we have a fairly candid program, what do you think of the response of people like Dalip Tahil, for example?
To be honest,
not individually, but Dalip Tahil or Rahul Singh, you've seen the way they've responded to it.
To be honest, I don't know. I think their responses have all been qualified. They have been, tempered, or they have been, let's wait and watch and let's law take it. That's the response which we see from the society which we are interrogating in this sense. So it's a wait and watch or let law take its course kind of a response, which is fair in its own way.
Yeah,
but
absolutely. I just want to say...
No, it's not fair. It's not, absolutely not.
See, the reason why this case is getting a lot of importance as far as I'm concerned is tomorrow when there's a 1,000 crore scam and one of the ministers, I don't want to name any minister, takes money, of course the media goes after him and finds out. But a lot of people on the road, I'm just saying, ye to hona hi tha. But if supposing tomorrow Mr. Kejriwal takes even 1,000 rupees, it becomes a huge issue because he stands for something.
Correct.
And the same thing is with Tejpal. He has stood for something, and this has now become a big scene where he will be made an example of. Now, one must understand, why are we pursuing Tejpal? He's not a normal person.
Sure.
I mean, not normal in the sense he's not a guy on the road. But as far as I'm concerned, it's exactly the same thing. That is why the media is taking it up and pushing it.
There is an employer,
the keeper of what they fought shouldn't be involved.
Relationship is a one of power.
No, that's more also the daughter's friend and all that.
Let's say if you promote an employee because she acceded to something, it's like actually changing a profession. It's like changing a profession from a journalist to something else. If you employ some, it's like almost like trafficking,
I agree. I just want to add
that's very bad.
One very quick thing is that, look, this particular case wasn't a situation where a girl came and complained and Mr. Tejpal had said nothing, so it was his word against hers.
Yes.
This was well before the media took it on. She had made a written complaint.
Yes.
Tejpal had responded and given a written complaint.
Yes.
And then the media went. So where is the question of wait and watch? When a girl has said something, the man has responded. He said, I want to atone for it. And then the media comes in. How do you defend that? I don't understand how anyone is thinking of even, as you said, softening the blow, defending something where it's accepted. Now it's a question of fortunate that we don't know what happened in the lift, but otherwise everything is out in the open.
But once I just is it you're Dalip Tahil, you're listening to this? You're listening on to this? Are you also on the same side?
I want to respond.
Yes.
Listen, Arnab, I mean, I must thank Hemant for his comments, which is actually is the situation is that Mr. Alagh is saying about the letter that he wrote, but the contents was not in the public domain until much later.
No, they were completely in the public domain.
They were in the public domain, Dalip. Please don't. I'm telling you a fact right now. It was in the public domain.
1 second, Mr. Dalip Tahil, are you now trying to?
The details of it came.
No, of course it was. The details of what Mr. Tarun Tejpal did in that elevator were well known. You knew about it.
You've been putting words in my mouth ever since this thing has started. I have no sympathies for anyone who has committed this crime. So there is no question of that. All I'm saying, and I've been saying, is that let the facts come out. I mean, you know,
the facts were out, Mr. Dalip Tahil. The facts were very much out in the public domain. The facts were out in the public domain.
No, they weren't.
Of course, facts were out in the public domain, and you also knew. Of course, it was out in the public domain. Mr. Tahil, did you not know what the girl had said Tarun Tejpal did to her in the elevator?
Please get your facts right. The lady has filed a complaint on the 27th of November with the Goa police. At 5:30
No, you are one minute.
Filing the case.
One second, Dalip Tahil, since you are allow me to please. Dalip Tahil, you are now taking that terrible route that many people, once they realize the folly of their initial position, take very often to try and retrace their steps and hope that the initial steps will be forgotten. The fact of the matter is, when you came on television, allow me to complete, when you came on television, you were completely aware, Mr. Dalip Tahil, of what that girl had accused Tarun Tejpal of. You were aware that everybody in the public domain, people of the law and others had said that what had happened to that girl in that elevator, by the definition of rape that has been laid out after Nirbhaya, is classically an act of rape. Despite that, people like you went ahead and accused the media of immediate and false judgment. Do you take that back tonight? Do you take it back?
I beg your pardon?
Do you take that position back? Like a lot of other people, that the media should stand away from this case?
Sorry?
Do you take that position back?
No, I never said
that the media should stand away from this case.
I'm saying the media should probe. The media should probe it. The media should expose it. That's its job. But the media does not sit in judgment, is what I'm saying.
No, but who's sitting in judgment? When the media asks the questions, who's sitting in judgment?
Decide. You
who's sitting in judgment? Why is the sense of hurt? Did Rahul Singh or you, the last person we followed inside a flight, and got the pictures? Like we did, Rahul Singh will remember, we got the pictures of that person who was in the public domain, was a certain cricketer called Srishant, who was caught in the IPL scam. Let me ask Rahul Singh. One second. The last person, the last two people we followed, like this Rahul Singh, one was Asaram and one was Srishant in two different cases. Arnab. Did you come out and complain?
Arnab.
Did you?
Arnab, what disturbs me is that you are convicting the man before.
I am asking you the question. The court will decide what happens to him tomorrow. I am questioning your reaction.
Yes, but my reaction is that he seems to have done something wrong.
Seems to have.
There's a victim there, but you are all convicting him already. You're convicting him.
On the contrary.
I think that's all wrong.
On the contrary.
That's all wrong.
On the contrary.
All that you and some of the panelists have said is a conviction.
Which part of what we have said is a conviction? I just don't get the grain or the strain of that particular argument. Rahul Narvekar, do you? One second, Rahul Narvekar here, because what you are saying completely defeats me and goes past any acceptable logic.
Rahul Narvekar wanted him to be arrested.
Absolutely.
Rahul Narvekar wanted him to be arrested.
Of course.
There's a prima facie case. Yeah. The evidence that is available in public domain today makes out a prima facie case. If at all he is innocent, he can prove it otherwise also after arrest. There have been thousands and thousands of accused who are languishing in jail. Why is this special treatment being extended to him? And the rape, the law, Mr. Singh, I would like to just inform you that the onus of proving innocence is on the accused, and not the victim. So if he is to be arrested, he has to be arrested, and he has to prove his innocence.
Decide whom to arrest.
The onus is on him.
Do you decide who to arrest?
Mr. Singh, in umpteen number of cases where the same law applies, and when before the person is pronounced guilty, accused are arrested, why should there be special treatment for Mr. Tejpal? Can you explain that?
The reaction of your reaction, Rahul Singh, your reaction amounts to, in one simple sentence, can be described in this manner. Your and Dalip Tahil's reaction. We are so shocked that the law of India is being applied to us. The law was never meant for us.
No.
The law is meant, the law is meant for lesser people.
What are you on?
The law is meant for lesser people because, one minute. I ask you tonight, I ask Dalip Tahil, I am well informed in these matters. Perhaps you are not. But let me tell you this. The law
for everyone.
Yes.
No, Arnab, this is, you're just putting things. I mean, I haven't even said these things, and you're accusing me of having said it.
Mr. Dalip Tahil, let me tell you where you are wrong, please.
I never said anything about the law.
No, because if you don't know about the law, then you shouldn't be taking a blind position, but you took a blind position, Mr. Tahil.
Why are you making false statements?
But Mr. Tahil, you have been accusing the system of overextending itself. You and Rahul Singh.
I mean, I don't like the fact that you are saying things which I have not said.
But one second, Mr. Dalip Tahil,
facts right.
Mr. Tahil, my facts are right. You have no facts at your disposal. Factually, you are factually.
I never said anything that anybody is above the law.
Well, no, but Mr. Tahil, you don't know the law. I'm sorry to be direct with you. You don't know the law. I do.
I may not know the law.
1 second.
I may not know the law, but I'm pretty certain that the law applies to everyone.
But how can you, if you do not know the law, Mr. Tahil?
So, I mean, how
can you be pretty certain of the law if you don't know the law? I'm sorry. That's an oxymoronic comment.
Well, I may not know all the details of the law since you're such a sort of a qualified lawyer.
Well,
perhaps
no,
if
you don't, then Mr. Tahil.
I never said
then
that
Mr.
anybody is
Tahil.
above the law.
No, I must question you on this. Then Mr. Tahil, what you are doing, what you and a lot of people who do not know the law in this case are doing, that by going around pointing fingers at those who know the law and are asking why the law is not being applied in this particular case, 154, 156, 157, Supreme Court comments on this. The registration of an FIR is mandatory. And in fact, all the Supreme Court observations on these matters, including the observation that an informant may lodge a report about the commission of an offence, though he may not know the name of the victim or the assailant, establishes very clearly that the state is empowered to follow the law. I therefore ask you that I know, perhaps, I can understand that because of personal reasons.
I'm not saying you should.
No, I'm saying this.
Above the law.
I'm saying, Miss 1 second. I'm saying this to you and to Mr. Rahul Singh. Let it be said clearly. I don't think Mr. Rahul Singh does not know the law. You may know, you may have your personal reasons for feeling that Tarun Tejpal should not have gone through this. But don't ever.
What?
Don't go ahead and say that those who are asking the questions are asking for the application of a wrong law in this case. If there is a right case for the application of a law, Rahul Singh, this is the case. This is the case. Even Mrunalini Deshmukh will agree with me, don't you?
I never said it, Arnab. What does it matter with you?
No, then where is all this prejudgment going from?
I have a question for Mr. Rahul Singh.
Rahul Narvekar.
When Mr. Tarun Tejpal and Tehelka came out with brilliant exposés in the past, whether it was Bangaru Lakshman or XYZ, why did they follow it up till the logical conclusion, till there were arrests in these cases? When they followed it, when they put attention on it, it was fair. When Mr. Tarun Tejpal is in the docks, you don't want anyone to take it through? Why is these double standards prevailing? Well, I mean, any justification for this? When Mr. Tejpal came out with exposés, no one said, why is Mr. Tejpal getting after these people? Why is he why does he want to get to the bottom of these cases? No one said this then. Why are we saying that now? It was the same media following up these cases. It was the same media which was following up the cases of Bangaru Lakshman. Why didn't we say then, we've reported it once, let's forget about it now? Why are you saying it now?
There is no answer from the other side.
Talking to me?
Yes, certainly to you. But anyway, you have no clear answer to that one, Mr. Dalip Tahil. Do you? So Sunil Alagh wanted to come.
I don't know what you're on about.
Okay, Dalip,
first of all, you're saying things that I haven't said.
No,
then
Dalip,
you're on
one
about
second.
something.
Dalip Tahil.
Okay, fine. Dalip, I just want to say one thing. Look, basically, the moment an FIR is formed, even in the Muzaffarnagar riots against two BJP MLAs, or they were arrested. At the moment an FIR is lodged, they are arrested. Why in this case? It's been 1 week of everybody discussing whether he should be arrested, whether he shouldn't be arrested. And I want to ask Rahul, you know the facts now. You've read the letters. Rahul Singh, what is your opinion? After reading the letters, after what the girl has said, do you think that he should still be told, okay, that way even Kasab was told, you hang around for 3 years before we hang you. You had all the evidence, but everybody said he was a killer. So you would have said, no, even though we have all the evidence, let's sit back. Let's wait for the courts to decide. That's what I'm against. You have all the evidence in this case in front of you,
Rahul.
Rahul.
The courts decide.
Come on. I mean,
but the same process of law should be applicable to all. There's equality before the law and equal protection of the law.
One went in the Black Buck case, they took him to jail in Jodhpur. Nobody came up and said, why is he being taken to jail?
One second, Mrunalini, what are the fault lines which have come?
Who's committed the crime?
Sunil Alagh.
Punishment has to be
Can I answer?
Let Rahul Singh respond to Sunil Alagh briefly.
Sunil, can I
Sunil
answer
Alagh,
you
Rahul Singh is replying.
and Mr. Narvekar? Can I answer you and Mr. Narvekar? Mr. Narvekar mentioned about the Bangaru Lakshman case. What happened eventually? Was he sent to jail? Was that case eventually properly
there is a conviction against him when Mr. Singh
was driven bankrupt. Tejpal was driven bankrupt by the then government. They went after the people who funded Tejpal. They went after the whole Tejpal.
My question, Mr.
Bangaru Lakshman.
Mr. Rahul Singh, can I settle this once and for all? What has that got to do with Mr. Tarun Tejpal's sorry little pathetic attempt to rape a young girl of his daughter's age? What does that have to do with Tarun Tejpal's attempt to rape a girl of his daughter's age? What has that got to do with Tarun Tejpal's rape attempt?
Narvekar brought this up.
Yes,
what has that got to do with Tarun Tejpal? Because you repeat it every time. Tell me, what has it got to do with this rape attempt? What does it have to do?
No, I only mentioned it because
No, don't say you only mention it. You know what we are talking about tonight. We are not talking Bangaru Lakshman. We are talking his rape attempt.
Yeah. In this case, in the rape attempt, what you call the rape attempt, with the new laws and all that, it's meant to be a rape, really. All I'm saying is that from what I've read about what Tarun Tejpal wrote, what the victim has written, Tarun Tejpal is totally the wrong. I agree. But we have to have it in court before a conviction is done. Of
course it is in court.
You are convicting him already.
Of course it is in court.
You are convicting him already.
Please, don't.
No, my question to Mr. Rahul Singh is, what is his problem? His problem is that...
Look.
Just a minute. Bear me for half a minute.
Interpretation of the law.
Is Mr. Rahul Singh's problem that the media is carrying this story too long and they should not carry this story anywhere forward? Or is his problem that we are sitting in judgment? Because if he thinks we are sitting in judgment, I don't think anyone out here is doing that. No one has said that Mr. Tejpal is guilty. He may be having his version. Let him give it before the authorities. But if you think the media is going to stop because you don't like the media to take it forward, that's absolutely unfair. You didn't say the same when other people were tried, when other people were in the docks. You didn't say the same with, I'll say it again, the entire media was after Mr. Bangaru Lakshman when he was caught and he was in the docks. And the same Mr. Tarun Tejpal had taken this story through. Why should the media not take this story through now?
Well, the media needs nobody, no politicians or no causerities permission to take a story forward. And certainly not. In this case, Tarun Tejpal is not the media. The media is certainly, if there is any spirit of the media which comes through, I'd say tonight with firm conviction as a media person myself, the entire spirit and force of the new media is represented in the voice of that young woman who Tarun Tejpal alleged wanted to rape. Last word to Shobha Oza. She's been raising her hand for a long time. Yes, please. Yes, please.
It is, as Arnab has said, let's all stand up for that young girl so that more young girls of this country stand up against atrocities which they go through. And let's all have faith in our judiciary, and no one is about judiciary. Let's put that point across very clearly.
Next time,
whether Mr. Tejpal would be punished or not.
The day Lalitha, Kumaramangalam and Shobha Oza can have a joint press conference on that and you decide to bury your differences on these issues and not make them political, the women of this country will also be strengthened. Shobha Oza, to everyone, to you.
Willing to do it.
To you, yes, she says she's more than willing to do it. To all of you.
I will come with her on the joint press conference.
To all of you for joining me. Thank you very much. This coverage will continue tomorrow morning. Anytime after 10 o'clock, the matter comes back in court and there should be a decision by about noon. Thank you for watching debate number 1 on the Newshour tonight.